It's going to be terrible. Viking movies are always terrible.
This film looks like it ticks all of our boxes.
Anya Taylor-Joy is willing to wear costumes that aren't flattering because that's how costumes look.
If they nail the story of the film in the way that they nailed the story in the trailer, it'll be exciting, interesting, and well worth a watch.
Hello, I'm Levi.
And I'm Gabe.
And we are the Mithymen.
And today we're going to talk about the trailer for the Northman. Now, this trailer is really exciting to us because this film looks like it ticks all of our boxes. It looks like it has a good story. It looks like it's got mythological elements that we find interesting. And it also looks like it's possibly a very historically accurate film set in the Viking period. And that's really cool. And so we're going to talk about that.
That's really rare. I heard about it from a coworker. He says, "Hey, have you seen the trailer for this cool new Viking movie?" I said, "There's no such thing as a cool new Viking movie. Viking movies are always terrible." And I watched the trailer. It's like, "This is good, Gabe. Have you seen the trailer for this cool new Viking movie?" It's Viking movies are always terrible. No, they might not be anymore. So, yeah, it definitely potentially could be good. And even just from a trailer standpoint, it was a good trailer.
Yeah, what I liked about it first off was the trailer communicated the story of the film really, really well without giving everything away. And that's a hard thing to do with a trailer, and I feel like they really nailed it. And if they nail the story of the film in the way that they nailed the story in the trailer, it'll be exciting, interesting, and well worth a watch. I love how they go over and over the line, "I will avenge you, father. I will save you, mother. I will kill you, Fjolnir." It just tied it all together, and they repeated it a few times, and it made the trailer so cohesive, and they did a really good job.
Yeah. It's it hit that sweet spot of not giving you too much information, but giving you enough. And honestly, that's rare in a lot of trailers.
I will avenge you, father! I will save you, mother! I will kill you, Fiona!
Now, as we get into historical accuracy, I think it's important to point out that neither of us are experts in the Viking period. My specialty is earlier time periods. We do a fair amount of reenacting in the 13th century, so we're pretty reasonable with the high Middle Ages, and that kind of helps us with the back. Clothes haven't changed a whole lot. A lot of construction techniques, and there just are universal things about history that are pretty generally true, at least Western history, and about history, and then things that are pretty generally gotten wrong by filmmakers. Things like color. Basically, historical people love color, like we like color today. And basically all the time, filmmakers hate putting color in historical movies. This movie is kind of brown in a lot of places, but there are some places where they get color. So
they do have color on some of the characters, and it'll be interesting to see how they do all the textiles. But from what we can see, it all looks very accurate.
There's the flat filling in the seams on the inside is hand sewn. Just like when characters raise their arms to carry something, you see gussets under the arms. They're getting kind of the patterning, the idea behind Dark Ages, early Middle Ages European clothing. They understand that. Just things that are often gotten wrong.
The little details. And if they get the little details right, we're hoping that they also get the big details right, because we feel like there's a correlation, and most films don't even get the little details.
Yeah. Well, and the actors that's another thing that annoys me sometimes. Like, Alexander, a great film, looked great. Almost all the costumes are great, except for Angelina Jolie's. And they're terrible and modern, and you just know she didn't like the baggy Greek dresses, or maybe not her, maybe, but somewhere there's reasons like, no, she's not going to look like that. And,
we've worked on historic films where people didn't want to wear the clothes right.
Because it wasn't flattering. And,
You're right.
Anya Taylor-Joy is willing to wear costumes that aren't flattering because that's how costumes look. There's a kind of a willingness to just get the overall look right, which I respect, and if it carries through as much in the film as it does in the trailer, it's gonna be really good stuff. Stuff like the tablet woven trim on the costumes, and just they're not overusing fur. The two places they're using fur is like to line cloaks,
Right.
and to they're wearing full pelts to hide for a surprise attack. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll take both of those. Those are both good reasons. They work. Center grip shields. Even the construction with the swords, the way on Fjolnir's sword, the guard and pommel are made up of several pieces that are riveted together as opposed to a solid piece of metal. It's a much earlier style. I think it's probably very archaic by the 10th century, but still, it's still an interesting. Someone was definitely looking at historical swords when they made that, and even things like. Most films will, brag about where they went to get this fabric and all this stuff and how hard they worked. And usually it's a bunch of blither, and it means absolutely nothing because it's terrible. But I do actually know the guy. I've worked with the guy who does the chainmail for the father character, and I worked with him on a museum project, and he's one of the best in the world. And so the fact that they went to him to get it done, it's riveted chainmail. This is... it was great when we just got real chainmail movies, but this is riveted chainmail. And the fact that they went to a maker like that to get the chainmail, unless they only did that with that, there's a good chance they've gone to a lot of the top people in the world who make this stuff and are getting... And the reconstructions have that sheen and that feel of actually looking really, really good.
So to our quasi but not really expert eyes, it looks really good, and... we're excited to watch it because we feel like, this might be another more accurate film to round out historical movies.
I will avenge you, Father.
I will avenge you, Father.
I will save you, Mother.
I will save you, Mother.
I will kill you, Fjolnir.
So, do we like the trailer? Yes, we like the trailer. It's going to get us in those seats, which is what a trailer is supposed to do.
Yeah. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy the trailer? Is it something that would make you want to watch the film?
And yeah, are you knowledgeable about the Viking period? We love to learn. Let us know in the comments. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.